everyone, and welcome to Toad TV. I am Mary Beth.
I am Ellen.
We are the creative hands and minds behind Toad Hollow, where we make bags for creative people and dye yarn. Anyway, you can find our stuff at toadhollowNJ.com. You can find us all over at Pinterest, Instagram, Facebook as Toad Hollow NJ. We have a Facebook group called Crafting with the Toads where you get to show us what you're making and enable us, because then we immediately go down your rabbit hole with you. So thank you very much for that.
Yes.
We are the Crafty Toads on Ravelry, and also I think, are we the Crafty Toads on Facebook? No, just Crafting with the Toads.
Just Crafting with the Toads.
Okay. I think that does it. I think that covers everything.
Yeah.
Hopefully. If not,
it's all down below. Everything is linked down below.
see, that's why we have her. Okay, we did get a question a couple weeks ago, so just in case you are new, we are sisters, and we live together, share 2 dogs together, and 2 cats, and
A business.
Run a business together. Okay, shall we get started?
Sure.
We have just finished doing a live update video where we showed our bags, and I'm just going to do this. We updated with lots of cross stitch or lots of drawstring bags, so they are in the shop right now if you would like to go and get some. If you need any, we are not going to show them again just because we did that.
Came from the live video, so
There you go. All right, there's that to take care of. Okay, should we do questions?
yes.
Do you have anything else that you want to put in before that?
I don't think so. I'm trying to
Okay.
think. Or do we have anything going on? But
All right, let's do questions, and then we'll go into mail because we got something and I want to talk about it quickly. And all right, here we go. We did videos showing how we cross stitch, and we had a couple of people tell us that we were very, very good at showing them that they don't ever want to cross stitch, which we totally understand.
well, actually, I said to Mary Beth, I'm like, geez, did we do that wrong? We seem to have had the opposite effect,
Right? But that's okay.
And actually, I mean, it seems like it's a lot to get going, but once you get going, it's a lot of fun. So.
We both enjoy it. However, we do have a comment from somebody who, Denise embroiders, and she was saying that she started stitching in hand with her cross stitch, and she really likes it, but when she embroiders, she holds a hoop and sometimes her hands hurt.
Yeah.
And I do not like embroidery, and I've done it, and that actually ties into another question that we got, or another comment that we got. Somebody, Bernadette, was telling us that she saw last year we began a project where we were doing something every day, stitching something every day embroidery wise, and whatever happened to it. So here we go. I know we made it through at least March 3rd because Declan's here.
I think we got. I have Maryland.
So we made it through May.
But I don't know whether it was we got into Maryland or...
It could be that, because I don't think we
Because
actually
I
made it
had
as far as May.
February and March, so I think we made it as far as March because we started cross-stitching.
We started cross-stitching, and it was only had a certain amount of time towards stitching, and did I do embroidery, which I really wasn't enjoying very much, or did I do cross-stitching, which I was finding out that I loved.
Yeah.
And
It became a hassle.
Right.
It's like, oh God, I got to go embroider it. And once that happened, it was...
I don't want to do it anymore.
However, looking at it, I'm like, why did I stop?
I know, it's really pretty.
Because it's really... I love the colors. The embroidery is not great, but I love the colors. So I may have to pick up an embroidery project.
Or maybe
Or I'll just
fill in with some
cross-stitching.
cross-stitching.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So.
Stay tuned. This may show up again. But that is where it is right now. So Bernadette, that's what happened. Cross-stitching happened. Rabbit hole that just like
Yeah.
grows
It took
every
over.
day.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Yeah, Meredith sent me Satsuma Street's Stitch Along that's starting at the end of February for Alice in Wonderland. And yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm not resisting that one.
I'm not going to fight you on that one either. Okay. Meredith said it was very relaxing and fun to watch us do the cross. Sorry, we had a temper tantrum. Anyway, Meredith said that it was very relaxing, calm and relaxing to watch us cross stitch, and when we were talking about our cross stitching. And we are actually thinking of doing a stitch along with us or a knit along with us once a month, where it's not us showing here, this is what I'm doing, and here, this is what I'm doing. It's more us actually sitting and knitting and just chatting.
Yeah.
Because I've started watching The Last Homely House East of the Sea. Which one of you guys recommended
It was
to us?
Madeline.
And she's just so relaxing. She just sits there and chats with you, or chats to you, as they say over in England. The other day I was watching her, she was cleaning out her sewing drawer. And it was just, she would find something and say, oh, well, this doesn't belong here, and show it and say, this is what this is. And she was just having little chats and stuff. It was so nice. It was just so relaxing and nice. So we thought that might be kind of fun for us to do too.
Yeah.
Not have a project driven one, but more just a sit and chatty one. So let us know what you think of that down below, because it's something that we're thinking about. Okay, then oh, new to you sweaters, or new sweater knit along. We had a couple of suggestions for new sweaters. Virginia says that she really thinks we should have a finish last year's sweater, for goodness sake, knit along. And then she's got, I'm looking at you, New Brunswick. Okay, me too.
Yeah.
So I'm wholly behind that. But somebody suggested that Debbie due to you suggested that maybe we do the Tanya.
I've loved the Tanya for a
We
while.
have had that
Yeah.
on our list for the longest time. So that's a definite possibility, because that one I think could be lots of fun to do. And then, oh, she also said that she wants to know if we have Netflix, which yes, we do. Have we heard of or seen of The Witcher? I have seen,
Yeah.
I have heard of it. I have watched some reviews of it. We have not started it at all yet. And I'm not sure it's completely our cup of tea, but we're going to try it and see. Just because
Everybody keeps talking about it.
Henry Cavill. So,
Right.
okay. Then SFC Marmer says that she just started doing the Lush cardigan in Mowage that she bought at Rhinebeck, which is one of our colors. And this is the Lush cardigan by Tin Can Knits,
Oh, that's beautiful.
which I also think
Yeah.
would be a really nice sweater to do. So that's a possibility too. So there's some suggestions.
I don't want something that's like the Brunswick, where we're just miles of stock in it. I'll never finish. In fingering
Okay, so the Tanya,
is miles of stock in it.
yeah. However, the Lush is DK, so
Okay.
it's going to go faster.
But not really be summer.
I don't know. It depends, you know.
I mean, I suppose late summer, going to a movie kind of
Right.
thing. Yeah.
Also, early summer before
I don't know
it's
why I said late summer.
well,
I meant more late in the day.
right. But
at
also beginning of fall too.
Yeah.
You know, late summer, early fall. So I think it could work. It's just
Yeah.
um,
Also, Jacqueline Cieslak has some really fun ones.
she's got some very pretty
Yeah.
ones that I really like. So yeah, that's definitely okay. A couple of people, Large Lady Knits and somebody else. I forgot to put it in, but they mentioned for fairy tales, The Wind in the Willows. For those of you that are new to us, our logo is taken in part from
Yeah.
Mr. Toad from The Wind in the Willows. Our house when we were growing up was called Toad Hall.
Our name comes from The Wind in the Willows.
Completely.
Yeah.
So
I mean, Toad Hollow is we didn't want to go with Toad Hall because that was the name my mom gave our house when we were growing up. So we came up with Toad Hollow.
we also wanted a name that we thought we were a gift store at the time, and we wanted something where if you walked by and saw the name, you'd want to know. You'd say, "Well, I want to know what's in there."
Yeah.
And we thought Toad Hollow fit in very well with our overall aesthetic and our love for the Winds and the Willows.
Yeah.
So, excuse me. Okay. Mary says that thank you for helping us multitask all her craft endeavors. She was starting to feel overwhelmed, but now she's giving them each a day of the week. So I think that's fantastic. Go you. Okay, Jean has, she said she's going to get the Princess and the Frog video. You're going to love it. I'm just saying. It's a very, very cool one. All right. Liz Clothier says, thank you so much, Helen, for showing her hat. She hopes to publish it in early February. So if you really liked the hat that Helen was knitting last week in the She Sailed Across the Ocean, the blue one, it is coming out in, and what is the name of it? Miles to Go?
Miles to Go.
Miles to Go. So that will be coming out in early February. So hopefully very soon.
Yeah.
Because I'm just thinking, it's early February,
Right,
which is kind of frightening.
We're hitting mid-February.
Oh, jeez. All right. Carolyn Libby says that she is attempting to knit a sock on a 9-inch circular needle, all the pain. Okay, so I have 3 9-inch circular needles that never make it out of the bags.
I can't. That's too small.
It's too tiny.
Yeah. Even like the 16-inch for the cowls and stuff sometimes gets a little too small. So.
Well, part of the problem for me is the tips are very, very small. I do not like that small tip. I like at least a 5-inch tip.
Yeah.
So, and by the tip, I'm talking about the metal part of the needle.
Like these are 4. Actually, these are only 3. 4. Let's see if I can count. These are 4-inch tips. So and
the
I like
circular
it to be
needle,
just another inch.
Yeah.
So.
I think the 9-inch circulars are 2 or 3-inch metal piece of the needle, and it's just way too small.
Yeah.
Way too small. So I feel you, and magic loop. Magic loop. That's all I can say. All right. Okay. So. Sorry. Debbie Handy was saying that she has a problem with making her cross-stitch projects into pillows because she's got a 1-year-old beagle who steals them and runs and takes them out into the yard. And I'm so sorry, but I find that so funny. She says she's fast as lightning. I laugh so hard at that. I just thought it was so funny. So Jabba Shop Cafe wants to know, did your hat pass the kitty test? All things must pass kitty inspections.
Yes.
Yes, it did. Yes, thank you.
Stop.
Vanessa says that she couldn't put down where the crawdads sang, which totally understand. She had a comment about outlining the shoe on your Cinderella, which we're going to talk about when you do your cross stitch. So we will address that there.
It took me a minute to figure out what you were talking about, but then I realized what it was.
Okay, and then there was Bernadette with the embroidery. So that is it as far as comments. Okay, so thank you everybody for leaving comments. So somebody, I apologize, I don't know your name, asked us whether we made plastic front or vinyl fronted cross stitch bags.
We're working on it.
We're working on it. We did the first ones last week. We were planning on having this as our update for this week in the store. However, it's taking us quite a bit of time to get them done. I'm very, very sad that I did this in really good fabric because now I have to go find this because you're all going to want it and I don't have any more of the fabric.
Mine as well. Mine came from a FAC order.
But this is just... So we're working on getting it so that we can actually make more than one a day.
We just have to work out the kinks. And I think we've worked them all out so that we're planning on next week's update being we're going to have a new toad's tail, so new yarn, and then the bag portion of the update will be the cross stitch bags.
So we're hoping, fingers crossed, we will have that for next week. Okay, also going into the shop for next week, a lot of people are taking part in the Gnome Make-Along.
It's a mystery knit-along.
Mystery knit-along. I have
Why are you keeping her from me?
I know, I have this towering pile and it's going to go falling over because...
Here comes Tabitha.
Oh my God.
Hi.
Not the gnome hat. Here We Gnome Again, right?
Yeah.
That's it. It's Here We Gnome Again.
Hi, Paige.
Oh my God. From Sarah Shira.
Imagine Landscapes.
Imagine Landscapes. So, I know that a lot of people are taking part in this. And actually, this is not the right one because this is from July of 2018.
It's the third one that she's doing.
Oh, okay. So it's the mystery gnome. Gnome is where you hang your hat. That's what it is. And it's just started, I guess, because it's January 2020. All right, anyway. I know that people are dyeing yarns for it and people are taking part in it. And we thought, since we didn't know about it ahead of time, we're not going to do the yarn. But we thought you might like some bags to put your gnome make-alongs in. So we got some gnome fabric to make bags because, all right,
Any
gnomes
excuse to, buy fabric.
and gnomes. All right, so we have gnomes on foxes. None of these are made yet. We are showing you the fabric, and what we're going to do is we're going to have a listing online where you go in and you create your bag. You pick the fabric that you like, and then you tell us what size bag you want.
It's going to be up by the time we upload?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so it'll be there. You can go and do it.
It's there now. So.
But you pick your fabric and then you tell us which bag you want.
Yeah.
So there's this bag, this fabric, which is kind of like a watercolory gnomes. We have very standard traditional gnomes who happen to be knitting. We have gnomes in the forest with birds. Really cool. We have buffalo check gnomes. Sheep?
Chic. They're very chic. The
Oh, very
buffalo
chic.
plaid.
Oh, yes. Very, very, very on point. And then we have, so those are going to be available in our drawstring, our standard toadstool drawstring, or the standard wedge or the large wedge. You get to pick which one of those you want. Then we have this fabric. This is a much larger print.
Yeah.
You can see him. He's asleep there, but underneath you have
Here. Is this it?
weasels and stuff like that. And there's a little mouse. I mean, this print is so gorgeous. This is only going to be in a tote bag. It'll be a tote bag with a leather handle. So those will all be listed in the shop. Those are in the shop. You can go in and pick which one you want, and it will be going out not next week, but the following week.
Right.
So they will be shipping the third week in February.
Right.
All right. That's that. Okay. Oh, then we do have one other thing. So we got a little bit of mail. One of the things we got back, I am wearing the Knitflix and Chill shawl that we had done in The Great Alone and Illusion. And we sent kits of this to a yarn store with the sample because their book club was reading The Great Alone. And she sent it back to us. But she sent it back with this really cool card. And really, it means she's one of us.
Yeah.
Anybody who picks out that card is fantastic. And then we got a box from Tina Wong.
And a lovely note. Thank you very much.
Such a nice note. She sent us a box, and she's doing some fabric destashing. And this is the fabric she sent us.
Look how gorgeous this is.
Look at this. It's silk material. I mean, this is gorgeous. So since this was given to us, there's quite a bit here. What we're going to do is we are going to make a bag and do it as a giveaway on next week's episode. Next week, we're going to have this made. It's going to have a denim bottom because a little bit of sturdiness, and also not putting this down on the ground, this gorgeous material down on the ground. So it'll have a denim bottom, and we'll have a question for you next week, and you guys get to enter to win one of these bags. And then we're also going to make them for the shop. And then she also sent us, to begin with, she sent us things wrapped, and look, she sealed them with fabric buttons, felt buttons, which is such a cool idea. But this is, it can be either a progress keeper or
A stitch stopper.
a stitch stopper, which means that your stitches don't go falling off your needles,
Right.
which is such a great idea.
So it was, she gets very worried when we're just
Casually flinging
flinging
our
our
things
knitting
around.
on the podcast, and then and I mean, rightfully so, because we've lost stitches before.
Several
So,
times.
And it's a great stitch stopper. Love the idea. I've never seen them like this before. So
Thank you so much,
Thank
Tina.
you very much, Tina. So we each get an ice cream cone and we each get a cat.
All right. And then she sent us this, which it is the Petite Exotic Chocolate Bar Library. And in it, there are several different chocolate bars. Like one of them is banana coconut. One of them is the Barcelona bar. There's turmeric ginger, a matcha bar, raw honey cacao, reishi walnut. So at the end of the video, we're going to taste one of these and see how we like them. Exotic chocolates.
Yes.
Because the way to my heart, pretty much through chocolate. Thank you so much.
That was so sweet of you.
It really was. And I cannot wait to make something with this fabric. It's gorgeous. And these stitch stoppers are so pretty. Really, really pretty. Okay. I think that is it. Shall we get on to some actual projects?
Sure.
Okay. Would you like to go first or shall I?
I have one knitting, so you should probably go first because you have more knitting than
Okay. All right. Since we finished our socks a couple of weeks ago, I have picked up my other pair of socks that I have on the needles. I am doing these in Akame, which was January's color for our Harry Potter Mythical Beasts last year. And I am doing it size 2 needles, 40-inch on Chow Goose. I am doing magic loop 2 at a time. I am doing just a simple 3x1 ribbing all the way down the sock because I really love the way that fits. It's a great sock to have. So I am doing that. I'm not following any kind of pattern. It's just simple.
When you get to the foot, are you going to do the ribbing on the top or are you going to just go straight?
No, I probably will do straight stockinette. I kind of
Okay.
like just straight stockinette on top of my foot, which is always in a pair of shoes so nobody even sees it.
Yeah.
So that is what I am working on for my socks.
Cool.
I picked this up when we went up to my mom's last week because it's a great thing to have to sit and chat.
Easy knitting.
Don't have to pay attention.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
My only knitting project is my Knitting at the Library cowl by I Rock Knits. And I'm doing it in our Dread Pirate Henry minis. And I have finished section 3 and I'm just starting section 4 here. So we have Captain Kerr, which is this color here. And then we have Roddy the Rat. And Roddy the Rat is one of those skeins where he does not look as gorgeous in his skein as he knits up to be.
That is beautiful.
I love this color so much. And I cannot get it on camera because I keep trying to put it on Instagram to show. And for some reason, the blues and greens are just not photographing well.
I wonder maybe if you took it outside in the sunlight.
That's what I want to do. Is
We have to wait for a sunny day.
Well, I don't even think, because sun distorts everything too. I think we just need to be outside on a brighter day than today.
Okay.
I mean, that's kind of it, but still it's not even doing it justice. It's just this soft sage green and blue and gray. It is gorgeous. And then I have the Cook, which is the Cook I knew I was going to love. And I have just started the First Mate, which is the orangey green here.
I can't wait to see that one knit up.
It's a really fun pattern. I love knitting it. Mary Beth had knit these before. So this is my first time knitting up this pattern and I love it. So what I'm doing is I have gone up several needle sizes. I'm on a size 7 needle for it. I think it calls for a 4. But I wanted the cowl, the pattern is much more close to the neck. And I just wanted it to be loosey-goosey,
But not the long drapey where you have to loop it around a couple of times.
I just wanted to just kind of sit. I do not like anything tight on my neck. I don't wear turtlenecks. And I am, instead of just doing the 14 or so row repeat that she calls for, I am doing the whole 20 gram skein and then moving on to the next section and next color. So,
And
Red Pirate Henry minis, and this is just a random, well, it's acorn, but it's just a green mini skein that I'm using.
yeah, so if you love that green, it's acorn.
Yeah. So there you go. That's my knitting.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It really is. Okay. I was...
Oh, this is the First Mate. That I'm talking about.
Gotcha. I have made my first step towards finishing stuff. and I went way back to pick out something. This is the JC sweater that I started 2.5 years ago, 2 years ago.
Was it that long? I don't think it was that long.
Well, it wasn't last year.
No?
So it had to be at least the year before.
Okay.
So, yeah, about 2 years. Anyway, I am doing this in the Northern Lights, which was part of our Constellation Yarn Club. That is the back. I'm doing it in the Constellation, and then I'm putting a little band of one of our other colors for Cythiorandia, which was from our Year in Modern Art, or Year in the Art Museum
That was
2 years ago.
2 years ago, yeah.
So this is 3 years ago. This is 2 years ago. My goodness. Anyway, I'm putting it in between the skeins because I am not alternating skeins. And I have gotten it to the point, I had gotten as far as here when I last showed it. And then I finished up the row that I was on there, and then I decided, you know what, I'm going to put in a band of garter because I don't want to do purling. So that's what I did. So I just put in a band of garter.
So this is a bastardized version of the JC?
It really is. It really is. I am doing this shorter than normal because I am doing it so it will just hit the top of my skirt waistband. So it's going to be almost, I'm looking for almost like a bolero jacket length,
right,
for what I want. Because I am determined to get this off the needles. So if I have to shorten it, I will do so.
Right, but it's covering her boobs and that's about it.
It's a cardigan. It's not covering anything. Anyway, I had already done the sleeves. I had already put the sleeves on. So that's done. So I am now down to the ribbing. I'm doing 12.
Are you doing the ribbing, or did you do, so you did,
I did
the decorative stitch?
The decorative stitch, and now I'm on 12 rounds of ribbing.
Okay.
And I will see how I feel after I finish up the ribbing before I cast off, or before I start picking up the band, the button band. I will decide whether I want more length or not, and if I do, I'll throw in a couple extra rounds of ribbing.
Because 12 rows of ribbing is not a lot, really.
Right. So I will see. I put
mean,
it on.
Those are the decorative stitches. It's really pretty.
Well, and you can really see it up here because it's just repeating this up there. So it's repeating that pattern. I tried it on and measured it, and it was hitting where I wanted it to hit, just a tiny bit short of where I wanted it to hit before I even did the decorative stitches and the ribbing. So.
And blocking is going to, I mean, it's superwash, so
Yeah.
it's going to grow.
So we shall see.
Yeah.
Who knows? That is what I've been working on. This has been my almost mindless TV knitting that I've been doing, where I just pick it up and go. So that's where I am. I'm really quite happy with it.
Cool.
It's very nice. All right. Should we touch on cross stitch for a little bit?
Yeah.
All right.
Is that it? You only had 2 knitting?
I only brought in 2 knitting.
Okay.
That's it. Because that's really all I've been working on. Yeah.
Okay.
That's it. Okay. How many cross stitch? 3?
1, 2, yes.
Okay. Shall we start with our new stitch, new starts?
No, I didn't do anything on it.
Oh, okay. All right.
Mine's, I did a couple stitches for the video and then the wrong stitching on the video, so I haven't even taken out.
Okay.
So you may start with your new one.
All right. Well, this isn't my new one. This is my morning knitting that I've been doing. I am continuing to work on Fast Food by Madame Chantilly.
Somebody commented that you could, which I thought was a good idea, that if it doesn't fit and you want the 4th sheep, you cut them individually and then put them in frames.
Oh.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, that's very nice. That is really nice. It is definitely not going to fit because there's number 3 and there's not a 4th going in.
You're going to be able to cut.
I'm not going to cut them. No, these 3 are going to go by themselves.
Well,
and then I think what I'm going to do
is... You
is...
could frame them and then you could have the 4th one running in to catch up.
I could do that. I don't know how I'm going to finish it, but these 3 are definitely going to be unto themselves, and then the 4th one will be separate. But I have gotten the entire 3rd sheep done, and I think I added a couple of flowers coming along the bottom.
Cool.
That is what I'm done doing. So, continuing on with this. I love this pattern. It's really pretty. All right.
I have my spring moon, which will be
Until the end of time.
obviously from now until the end of time. You can assume that my cross stitch will include my spring moon. And I made a little bit of progress. So I outlined, last week I had the bright green, so I outlined most of that in the darker green and did the darker green for this section. And now I'm doing this creamy color and everything that goes with that. So
Very pretty.
yes, I love it.
Okay. Do you
I
want?
wish I made more
Yeah.
progress.
Whole job thing gets in the
It was a
way.
busy week. Yeah, we didn't have a lot of crafting time. I mean, we had a day where I didn't do anything. I didn't
No.
stitch. I didn't knit. One trivia.
Sorry, phone ran out. Okay. My next project is my spring. Leaning tower, honestly, it's crazy. All right. This is spring, the many happy stitches by Homespun Elegance. That is what it looks like. And I finished the P, started the R, added a bluebird, added some flowers, added
It's
a
so
little bird
pretty.
bath. So that is where I am right now with that. It's so much fun to stitch. I really enjoy this. I look at this, I'm like, why am I working on anything else? But then I look at the other things I'm doing, I'm like, why am I not working on that? Okay.
Okay,
You've added somebody to that.
I did. This is my Owl Forest Emerald City sampler that I am doing. And I've added Toto. I added the witch's feet underneath the house. And the pattern calls for her shoes and Dorothy's shoes to be gray.
Why would you have her shoes be gray?
I didn't understand that, which is why I didn't do it right away, because I'm like, that really makes
No sense.
no sense to me. So I made them ruby.
Because that's
I
what
actually
they're supposed to
we
be.
have a color that's called Ruby Slippers from Classic Colorworks, so that's what I used. And then you can kind of see I've started Dorothy.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
I love Toto.
Yeah. So.
I also saw Dorothy's legs. I totally missed the witch's legs
Oh, okay.
coming out from underneath the house. That's so cool.
So that's a little bit that I got done.
Awesome. That's perfect.
This was Super Bowl stitching while not watching the Super Bowl.
I know we did not watch the Super Bowl. We are not the sportsy people. All right. My New Start Tuesday we did as part of the How Do We Stitch video. And I have started Bloomtopia. This is a free release, a free pattern that Fat Quarter Shop put out. They are asking for donations to Make-A-Wish Foundation. You do not have to make a donation to get it, but they are asking for donations. The suggested one for the pattern is $15. Every 2 weeks they will release a different part of it. So this is the first one. February 15th, part 2 will come out and they will go around, and then the 12th piece will be the border that goes around the outside. And while I was doing the How Do I Stitch, I put in a couple of stitches, and then we didn't do anything else that day, so I have not done anything else on this. I have got to get on it, but that is what I'm working on for my New Release Tuesday.
It was not a good crafty week. It was just...
It was busy doing other things.
yeah.
Being real people and going out in public.
Yeah. So my final one, I was hoping I'd have this finished, but I don't think I've really done much on it since we podcast. This is my Cinderella. I've filled in a bit of the pumpkin, and that's about it. But this is the shoe that somebody suggested I outline because you really can't see that that's a shoe there
Right.
in the corner. So I may go and do what she said and outline it in gray.
When you get it up close, you can see it.
Yeah.
But from back here, there's no way you could see
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
So
Beautiful.
all I have to do is finish filling in the pumpkin and then just do the border across the bottom.
I love the mice.
Yeah.
Love
so
the mice.
that is it for my crafting.
Yes, we did not get
No
any
quilting?
no quilting done. No paperwork or anything like that. It was just
Oh, I did start an art journal page.
Saturday we worked part of the day, filling in orders and things like that, and then Saturday afternoon we started cross stitching, and that was it. And then Sunday we had plans, and it just I really want to cross stitch today,
Yeah.
so we cross stitched. So that was it. Okay. We mentioned that on Tuesday we didn't get much crafting done because we went to trivia.
Trivia's back.
Our trivia game is back. I cannot tell you how excited we are about this. We were at a trivia game in Keyport when we lived in Keyport. It was literally 5 minutes from our house.
And
It
that
was
that
so
was
nice.
walking. That was not driving. That
It was
walking.
so nice.
Yeah.
And it was every Wednesday night, and we loved it. And then the pub decided that
And we had a standing date with friends, and we'd get together every Wednesday
yeah,
night.
it was so much fun.
Yeah.
And then the pub decided it wasn't doing it anymore, and then we moved, and we went and saw him. Ray, this is Jim, the one we went and saw when you came out to visit, and we went to New Brunswick and did Harry Potter trivia, where we thought we were just going to be like the bomb and take over everything, and we were so bad.
We were sparklers.
We were so bad. Anyway, so he is now back at the original pub. We are more than happy to drive an hour and 15
Right.
minutes each way to go do trivia. And
I mean, it was so much because we got to see friends we haven't seen in forever because we moved.
we now have a standing date every Tuesday night, meeting for dinner, having trivia, and we
crushed it.
we crushed it. We did. We were like 40 points above
Yep.
the next team. And it was just,
And we were kind of raucous in our win.
I know. I was a little worried that we were a little over the top, but we had some trash talk going with other friends that were part of another team.
Yeah.
So,
And they booed.
yeah.
We felt the need to drown out the booing.
But it was, he started reading, and at one point he said it was 11th place. They came all the way from, and I'm like, oh my God, are we in 11th place?
Could slink out of here.
But it was all the way from Freehold, and that was
Right.
another team, and it was okay. And then another time he said something else at like 6. Oh, he said, and at the back of the room, in the dining room, and we were in like
We
the
were
farthest
the
back.
I mean, we were as far back as you could go.
And we're like, oh God, did we come in 6th? I mean, that's not bad, but I thought
And-
we
I
had
mean,
done a
and
little
that's
bit
our
better.
standard, actually.
No, that was somebody else. And then he got to 4th place, and once he started doing like 4th and 3rd, my stomach started really hurting because it was, are we going to do this? Are we actually going? And then he's like, 2nd place. I'm good with 2nd place. I'm happy with 2nd place. And he read somebody else's name, and we're like,
There's only one team left.
and our friend Claire was she couldn't
Yeah.
believe it.
So,
Very, very, very cool.
yeah.
Very cool. So we will be going back next week because we have a gift card to use now.
Yeah. Well,
'Cause we
defending
won.
champions.
And defending champions.
We
yeah.
may go in with crowns. Heather, I need you to crochet us crowns.
Claire, will you wear a crown? So yeah, no, it was really kind of nice inaugural comeback
Yeah.
of everything, and it was us. It was just so
So
cool.
much fun.
All right, so this week we have an unexpected opera Saturday because Amanda is sick and can't do it. So we are taking over Opera Saturday. So we will be in New York City on Saturday in 38-degree weather. I'm not sure what we're doing yet. We have to figure that out.
It could be we're walking across the street to have lunch and sit and knit and cross stitch.
It could be.
My back has been driving me crazy this week.
Yeah,
so-
Helen's been, which is kind of segs into tomorrow. I am doing a full day of dyeing because Helen's back is bothering her. We have been down a dryer because the last time I dyed, the dryer took a long walk off a short pier and fell off the counter and broke.
And we fired her, but then my back went out, so then we had to rehire her. So
Besides that, it's a couple of colors that I don't like anybody else to touch. So I am dyeing tomorrow. So if you have an order with us and it hasn't gone out yet for yarn, this is why we've been waiting for the dryer to come.
Yeah.
It came yesterday, so we are ready to go now. We are getting ready. We're starting to go into show season starting next month. So we are putting the bags in the shop. We mentioned on the live update, these bags will be in the shop for a week. The bags that we updated last week have been taken down and they are now in show inventory.
what's happening is we realize that most of you cannot come to any of the shows that we do, so we don't want to penalize by making things and not putting them up in the shop. So online gets first dibs, but we will only leave them up there for a week. So if they don't sell out in the week, then we take them down and they become part of our inventory to take to shows, because that is our way of making sure that we keep stuff in the shop and that the shop keeps getting new stuff and doesn't miss out, but that we also are building our inventory for the shows, because we had all this time
And now it's less than a month away and
we had nothing.
I'm going to start panicking. So, we have a trunk show coming up the first weekend in March 7th at Rita May Yarns.
Yeah, Rita May Yarns.
In Pennsylvania. So that is March 7th. That's a Saturday. Then the following weekend, March 14th, we are going to be, or March 15th.
Well, the
March
14th
14th?
because it's the 7th. Yeah.
Yeah, March 14th.
Yeah.
March 14th. We're going to be in Ocean City, Maryland for the
Pretty sure
Delmarva.
it's the 14th and the 15th.
Are we doing both?
I
Yeah.
think so. Yeah.
Okay. For the Delmarva Yarn Festival, so we are doing that.
Did you say it's Ocean City, Maryland?
Ocean City, Maryland.
Okay.
Okay. Then we are April 2nd. We are doing April 2nd and 3rd. We are doing Allentown Yarn Festival. Very excited about that. May, I think 5th and 6th, something like that.
Second or something. The first weekend in May, we're going to be at a little show in Maryland,
Tiny little show in Maryland. So
which
we'll
is
be
where
there.
most of the panic is coming from.
Yes. So we will be doing that. Then
We might be in Maine in June, but we're not sure about that.
we're going back and forth as to whether we do Stitches Midwest again. On our live broadcast, we were talking about it, and there were quite a few vocal people who said that we should. So I think we're kind of leaning towards doing Stitches again.
Last year we did YarnCon in April in Chicago, and people were asking us whether we were doing YarnCon again. We are not. We applied, but we did not get in. So we're not. And Stitches Midwest was just something that with the cost of the show and everything, it wasn't as profitable, and we weren't sure whether it was worth making the trip. But it was our first year doing it, so I think we're probably leaning towards we will probably do Midwest.
Yeah. And then there is a new show in South Carolina, in Charlotte, South Carolina, that is the weekend of August 14th and 15th that we will be doing.
We think
We're pretty sure about
Yeah.
that. So
that's
we're
going to be in Charlotte, South Carolina.
right.
so-
That's it. It's in a convention center. It's inside,
Yeah.
air conditioning, everything like that. So I'm pretty sure we're doing that. And then we have New Jersey the first weekend after Labor Day in September. Adirondacks at the end of September. Hopefully something in Rhinebeck.
Yeah.
Around about that weekend. And then SAF at the end of October. So that's our show scheduled right now.
Yeah,
If
we're
anything
going to
changes, we
be,
will-
hopefully tomorrow I'm going to be updating the website. We have an events page and getting it all on there so
Okay.
people can see where we are.
Yeah.
But people were asking us whether we were doing trunk shows in the area. We have not got a lot scheduled. So if you would like your local yarn shop to have us come for a trunk show, have them get in touch with us.
Yeah, Rita May just sent us an email and said,
Yeah.
hey, you want to do this? And we're like, yeah.
Yeah.
We love doing trunk shows. So if you have anybody who wants us to come do a trunk show, yeah, have your yarn shop get in touch with us. Okay. All right. Leave that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I think that is pretty much it.
Yeah.
We just uploaded, or no, we just finished doing a video for The Whole Town's Talking. That will be going up next week.
Yeah.
It's our book review for that, so
It's
look
gonna
for
go
that.
up Wednesday of next week.
Okay, look for that. And then
Book review Wednesday. It's a new thing.
oh, okay, all right. Well, we've already filmed that.
Yeah.
We did our live view update. We will be doing another live update next Thursday, and as we said at the beginning of the show, we will have our next Toad's Tail yarn for that, and then we will have cross stitch bags.
Yep.
Fingers crossed, we will have cross stitch bags. And bags are live in the shop.
Yeah.
Which are what the cha-chings are.
So.
So thank you very much to anybody who's shopping with us right now. We thank you very much.
Right.
All right. We did say that we did not watch the Super Bowl. However, as one of my friends said, our Super Bowl is coming up on Sunday. It's the Oscars.
Is it Sunday?
It's Sunday, I'm pretty sure.
Pop culture hasn't done their
Friday. They're doing it Friday.
Oh, okay.
So Sunday, this Sunday, that's
Well, we better watch Rocket Man.
yeah, we're more movie, pretty dresses,
Yeah.
kind of thing. Our big one is in June. That's
We
the
love the
Tonys.
Tonys.
But we like the Oscars too, so we will be watching the Oscars.
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll have something to talk about with that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Have a wonderful week, everybody.
Yes. Go forth and create.
You make something beautiful, and we will see you next Thursday.